nonsense for my entire life. What if we did something actually useful? So we showed up and people really resonated with it. It was informative and valuable. And yeah, I mean, there wasn't a ton of news crew there at the time. It was somewhat irrelevant in the news ecosystem, but it was fascinating to me. So we showed up.
I remember your video. So that was it. No one assigned it to you. You're just, you're just scrolling through TikTok and you saw
exactly.
Just drive there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think because I'm so much older and have been in the formal media my whole life, it's just amazing that that's how it starts.
Yeah. Weird, right?
Well, great. Actually,
it worked.
I mean,
out.
this is kind of this is what they told us the internet was going to be.
Yeah.
Before it became like all porn and bots and sports gambling. Like, we were going to have citizen journalists and people would find out the truth because you couldn't mediate it because it was, live
and
on
Elon
camera.
Musk sort of put a name to that idea of citizen journalists. For me, at least, I'd never even heard the term. I didn't even know what we were doing was journalism, so to speak. But I feel like that's what it was and what it became.
So when you got to East Palestine, what'd you do? Like, what do you do?
We just asked people what was going on, tried to gain access into some of these areas that were closed off, asking these federal agents what was going on, and just tried to sort of paint a picture for what the media sort of failed to present to the broader American audience.
I love that.
Yeah. No, it was interesting.
It's like the coolest thing you could do.
Yeah.
So you just see people standing on the side of the road and say, hey, can I talk to you?
What's going on here?
But you never got a degree in journalism from Columbia?
No, I don't have a degree.
So how did you know how to do that?
Because we were doing it for sillier stuff prior to this. We would
I'm just making fun of the absurd idea.
Yeah. So I'll tell you how we got it. I was driving these vehicles that looked like Minecraft vehicles.
Yeah, bro. 1100 and you can see it, man. 1100, man. Modern utilities. That's what I said. 1100, man. 1100, man. And I'll pick this shit out right now.
Across America, and we would go to gas stations and always have these funny interviews with random people at gas stations. And we had this interview with a guy who was telling us about banging his cousin in Alabama. And I was like, what if we took the beauty of what that moment was and just brought it to relevant, important topics in day-to-day life? So we did that. We took this gas station interview concept and sort of brought it over to actually important topics in our everyday life. So here we are. Yeah.
You make the video on East Palestine.
Yeah.
And if I saw it, it must have
took
been
off.
big.
And I was like, what if we just keep doing more of this?
Did it get a lot of views?
It did, yeah.
How
People
many?
were very, like 3 or 4 million views.
Wow.
Yeah.
At 22.
I think so, yeah.
Amazing.
But for us, it was a validation that this is something.
Chat, y'all know I'm a real person, right? Y'all know I have social medias, right? Y'all know I have pictures, right? When I show up as a streamer, I'm showing up as a creator, but y'all know I'm an actual person in real life. Like I have photos out here, chat, videos. Like I don't know what y'all. I don't know, bro. I think sometimes y'all forget like I have a life, like I'm a person. This shit is crazy.
Something people can use, and it's informative, and it fills in sort of where the mainstream media is not interested in.
Well, it's objectively validation of that. I mean, that's exactly what it is.
Yep.
And it also says something good about the country, that people want to know what's happening inside their borders. Yeah. So then you just pivoted right then and decided to do more news? Yeah,
we did a variety of news topics to interesting cultural communities, like hard to access communities, like the pedophile village in Florida.
What?
We went over there and started interviewing a bunch of pedophiles, asked them how they ended up there, to white supremacists in Arkansas, to black supremacists in Harlem, New York. So just a broad range of interesting people, places, and things, from political to...
Oh shit, chat. We didn't hit the like goal, man. We're 3 likes away, chat. We hit 3 hours and we didn't hit the like goal, man. Double tap that screen, shut a live out on your way in, chat. What are we doing?
Cultural to just wacky stuff.
What drove you?
Drove me?
Yeah, what was your motive?
Oh, just curious.
Nah, I only comment when new people come in my chat, and I comment to the old people, but when new people come in my chat and they get the doing certain type of things, I get to knowing that they control the opposition, and I get to knowing who they are. You know, it's kind of like I've been here long enough to see through the bullshit. And so sometimes when I go back and forth with certain people, they don't realize it, but I'm really getting a read on them. I'm really getting a read on them. And a lot of times it be y'all, and y'all just come in on different accounts to say the shit that you really want to say, to try to subvert the show. I notice it. I just try to pull it out of you. Sometimes I just think some of y'all pussy, and I just want to see how far y'all will take it.
Curiosity, and I thought I was good at it, so let's go for it.
That's the right motive right there.
Yeah.
So then you started doing, when I first became aware of you, you moved from like the full outliers, like the pedophile community. I've never even heard of that before. And white supremacists in Arkansas.
Miracle Village, they called it.
Miracle Village. It's so dark. White supremacists in Arkansas, black supremacists in Harlem. I've interviewed both those communities 30 years ago. So that everyone knows that exists, but they're really so far out on the fringes of American life. But then you start moving closer to the actual news, like what the rest of the news is talking about.
Yeah.
And you start interviewing Somali.
See, Michael, they don't like when I get real. See, when I say shit like that, it'd be like, oh, fuck, plug, really, plug? That's how you think, that's how you act? That's how, yes, nigga. You want me to say? Yes, nigga. Like it, don't like it. I mean, shit, I didn't make it this way. Weird motherfuckers did. People being weird made it this way. You don't like it, you just don't like it, man. That's my truth. I've been dealing with this shit for 2 years. People come and go. People come and go. People act weird. People crash out. People do all kind of bullshit, man. I'm sorry. MJK comes through supporting the channel with a $10 super chat. Thank you, MJK. Thank you, MJK, for supporting the channel.
Yeah, so I think in December of 2025, we put out a video on Somalis in Minneapolis.
Yes.
Now, keep in mind, to the local news's credit, they've reported on various forms of fraud for years over there.
Yes.
But there's something about their inability to storytell and package those narratives that it just never took off.
There's a talent gap there, yes.
Yeah. And just a media misunderstanding, I think. But long story short,
what does that mean?
They just don't know how to use social media. They're illiterate. Maybe by design or incompetence, I'm not sure. But
what do they get wrong?
I think they report accurately. In fact, many social media guys often cite their reports. I think they just can't synthesize the information to the actual storytelling, to the packaging, and how these platforms like YouTube work.
What's up,
You're figuring
Amber?
it out, though, I see.
I have definitely not figured it out at all. But I think, the ability to tell a story works at dinner. It works on cable television, and it works on YouTube. It's like all kind of the same thing. Can you synthesize? I think that's exactly right. You just take the facts and you put it into an order that you think is accurate. You're just truthful. You're not misrepresenting it, but that makes sense. It's got a narrative structure.
An order of importance, too, right?
Exactly. Thank you.
But yeah, we've covered tons of...
Yes, they did drop the UFO files. People are currently going through them. We have covered a little bit of it. I'll get into a little bit more of it in a minute, but people haven't really had time to break them down yet. People haven't really had time. There's a couple little hit and miss there. A lot of the representatives and the government officials are saying that this is just the tip of the iceberg. They only gave us the very beginning of it. So there's supposed to be more drops, I guess, the same way that they were adding files to these document releases. I guess this is just phase 1 of the UFO files.
Topics from all over the country and all over the world, but about in December of 2025, we did a video on Somalis in Minneapolis. A lot of it was focused on more of a demographic shift, more so than fraud. Nick Shirley then puts out a video, I think a couple weeks later, and it really bursts into the mainstream. He covers this daycare fraud, and this is like the biggest talking point in the GOP. I'm sure you saw, right?
Oh, yeah. I live here.
They loved it. It was a perfect story, really. He found these leering centers, all this stuff, this blatant retardation, if you will, of people from Somalia who can't even spell the word learning, whatever. It becomes part of the mainstream conversation about these third worlders absorbing welfare benefits, committing fraud en masse, and everyone hates these people, right?
So most people don't wake up in the morning.
Well, let's do it. Let's keep principle first, guys. America first, weed out all the fraud, weed out all the welfare exploitation. And then when it comes to specific groups, those principles disappear. So for me, I was like, I know this is going to happen to some extent. To what extent, I didn't know. Let's go there and show this.
Do you think, I'm sorry, I keep pulling you off track, but this is a more amazing story than I realized.
Yeah.
And I just want to say once again, I had no idea how big you were on YouTube. So, no, well, the numbers show it. It's not my opinion. They're many times my numbers. So
thanks for having me.
I'm so impressed. So I just love that you're being rewarded for this.
Oh,
but
thanks.
Do you think the fact that you didn't go to college allows your mind to stay a little freer, more supple, less constrained by lies than if you had gone?
Yeah, maybe I'm a little less conditioned than the average person in my generational cohort.
Yeah.
No, I think, to be fair to my generation, Gen Z.
Yeah.
A lot of people agree with me. Gen Z is on the same boat here.
Yeah, I believe
I think
that.
they're far more principally consistent than a lot of our political representatives, and they're all for it. I think, who's not?
Who?
A lot of these evangelical boomers, seemingly.
I've noticed.
Israel's a hard line, and anything remote.
That's the thing, chat. A lot of y'all don't understand how the internet works. A lot of y'all don't get it. Like when you come in here and you say, what did you say? Why are blacks Republican now? Blacks aren't Republican now. Now there is a subset of black Republicans that are being pushed. They're having the algorithm boost. They're having the collaborations and they're getting championed by a certain group. But everyday black people aren't Republican, man. A lot of them are either still Democrats or they just are independent, man. The black Republicans are here, but it's not like all blacks are Republican, man. Black people are at a point to where it's like, okay, what's going to happen for us? Outside of the Democrats, whether it's independent, whether it's the Republican. No, we can't say all blacks are Republican now. We can say blacks are exploring options. I think that's where the black community is right now. Black community is exploring options.
Indicative of Israel or related to Israel in any capacity, including Hasidic Jews, apparently is off limits.
Jesus doesn't seem to be the hard line for them at all, which is a little surprising.
No, they'll tolerate disrespect.
And I'm talking about the leaders. Yeah. I'm not talking about the people at all, but it's some of the leaders, you could say whatever you want about.
We've done videos on corrupt Christian mega churches. We've done videos on, Pakistani Muslim rape gangs. What's interesting to note is that most Christians watching the videos we did about corrupt Christian mega churches were highly apologetic for what they viewed to be as an aberration from true Christianity.
Yes.
They were denouncing what they view as a bastardization of Christianity.
That's how I feel.
Exactly.
Right there. Yeah.
But for what we found after putting this Jewish video out is that there's almost like an immune system response of Hasidic, Orthodox, secular. Jews have each other's back was what I took away from the backlash that followed that video.
It's interesting. Yeah. So tell us, first of all, what did you find?
Yeah, sure.
So Kiris Joel is in New York. It's outside New York City.
What I'm saying is that you don't have to be ashamed to be Republican. You don't got to be ashamed to be Democrat. I'm neither. I'm just going to put that out there. I'm neither Republican nor Democrat. But what I'm saying is the narrative that blacks are Republican is just a false narrative. It's not. It's just not true. Now, there are blacks that are turning to the Republican Party, and those are the videos that hit the algorithm. But most black voters don't make videos. Most black voters aren't on TikTok. Most black voters aren't sitting on YouTube doing panels. I'm just going to be honest with you. It might look like most because that's what you see in your algorithm, but most of the black people aren't on these social medias, and they're definitely not speaking.
40% below the poverty line, at least at one point, highest birth rate in the country.
I'll tell you what I found.
What's it like? What is it?
Exactly. It is reminiscent of a European shtetl. a Jewish village you might have seen pre-World War II. That's how they describe themselves. What I saw was a ton of Hasidic Jews walking to synagogues, praying, and then walking in a hurry, I guess, to another synagogue to pray some more and study the Talmud some more. That's basically all I saw. People praying and people living off of the teat of the welfare system in many ways.
Just to be clear, I've got no problem with people praying or following their religion. I support it. It's the living off the taxpayer part that is too much.
Yeah, I mean, to give them credit, obviously there is some level of communal support.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll rely on in-laws for some initial financial support, whatever. But largely by design, their entire lifestyle is designed to extract and exploit these welfare systems to the maximum degree. It is strategic. It is not happenstance. It is not coincidental. It is by design.
You go into the grocery store and there are endless.
No one wants to stop their gravy train for fear of losing their votes.
So democracy has been literally subverted.
Or hijacked.
Hijacked.
Seemingly.
In exactly the same way it has been in Lewiston, Maine and Minneapolis, Minnesota by the Somalis.
Yeah, seemingly an organized group, a small organized minority can disproportionately impact everything.
Could you have these communities without welfare?
No. Actually, you could. The Jewish community would not because they're so dedicated.
But see, this is the thing. When we say things like that, I believe those things are kind of cliche. It's like, who cares how many of a race is Republican or Democrat? Vote whatever you feel, not based on race. That's where we don't get anything accomplished. See, that's the problem people have with the Muslim community right now in America. The Muslims are voting together in blocks and they're getting their candidates elected. When you say things about like, why care about these certain things, it's kind of like, yeah, that sounds good, but hey, my community's kind of fucked up right now. Like, our roads aren't the same over here on this side of the tracks. Like, our school systems don't look like that. Our taxpayer dollars are being usurped. The municipal fraud is crazy over here, man. Why aren't these dollars being allocated? Why is it so buddy-buddy? Those are real issues. And when you say, like, you just tell people to ignore that shit, it's kind of crazy to me.
To studying full-time, spending so much time praying, et cetera, et cetera. Although there are precedents for that being possible, which I always bring up the Amish community. They're self-sufficient. They're fully reliant on their own sweat and toil. It can be done.
So the Christian community pays for itself.
Exactly.
Okay, but the others don't.
Seemingly not.
So the Amish, this is a dumb question. I just assumed I knew the answer, but it sounds like you really do. The Amish are not on welfare. They're not living.
No, they are philosophically opposed to taking welfare. They do not want to take any welfare. They find it as shameful, as most people probably should, right? Because it's a safety net to reduce poverty and not a way of life. Not a strategy for maintaining a lifestyle of having 7 to 10 kids when you can't afford to otherwise, I think.
Well, of course not.
Right?
Especially in a country that has no state religion, that isn't allowed to support theocracy. I mean, speaking for myself, and I think I'm reflected in the Constitution.
Yeah.
I absolutely think that Orthodox should have a right to any kind of religious practice they want, as long as you're not hurting anyone. And same with the Somalis, same as the Muslims in Michigan, same as the Amish in Pennsylvania. But the idea that taxpayers would support someone else's religion, it's not allowed,
and it's
right?
even funnier for me because for some of these groups, there is outward hostility, right? You take some of these, I would argue these Orthodox Jewish groups, there is in fact hostility when we were there asking people questions, asking them what they do for a living, how they get their money, how they afford their little society. There is hostility. So for me as a taxpayer, it's like, we're going to take your money. If you question it, you're anti-Semitic and we hate you.
What was anti-Semitic about it?
The ADL said it harkened back to anti-Semitic stereotypes of them being a drain on society or something like that, when it's all statistically corroborated. I'm not pulling these out of my ass.
Najee comes through supporting the channel via Super Chat, says, good morning, Plug, a.k.a. Dave Chappelle, and we are the Weekenders. I know that's right, Najee. Thank you for always showing up and supporting me, Najee.
These are welfare stats I was quoting, and then I would go to the direct source asking these people, what do you do for a living? How many kids do you have? How do you afford your kids? Are you on welfare? How is that anti-Semitic? And why do they get their own brand of their own proper nounage of racism? That never made sense to me.
I agree.
It's odd, right?
It is odd.
It's weird, yeah.
It is odd. I haven't thought too much about that, but I think you make a fair point. How is bigotry against one group different from bigotry against any group? And of course, if you believe in absolute standards.
Nah, he said the Amish community. I think he was talking about the Amish community, MJ, not the Christian. I think he was just speaking about the Amish community.
It's all the same. It's all varieties of the same thing.
You know, the Amish community are still out there rebuilding those bridges after the storms in Carolina. They're out there rebuilding the bridges with their hands for free. They're out there rebuilding those bridges with their hands for free. Amish is going crazy. I'm not going to lie, man. They putting in that work, chat. MJ comes through supporting the channel via Super Chat. Thank you, MJ, for supporting the channel. Thank you, MJ.
But if you believe that only one group should be immune from criticism, then you're not against racism. Of course, you're an advocate.
You said, Brian Rod, I'm out. Let me help you on the way out, Modern Utilities. Have a good night. Shit, don't let the door hit you on your way out, man. You might be a little drunk. Don't stumble down the porch, man. See you next time, Modern.
Advocate of racism.
Sure.
Right. You're arguing a kind of supremacy.
Yeah, Jewish supremacy.
Yeah, or any kind. I mean, any kind. You know, if you can attack
in this case,
anyone but white Episcopalian men. Everyone else is fair game except me.
What other group can you not discuss, though, right?
I don't know.
You can disrespect Christianity without any flack. You can disrespect Islam legally. They might kill you for it. And seemingly with Jews, or at least some of these groups of Jews, the legal affair may begin. You might get deplatformed or pulled off some sites.
So what happened? Okay, so what happened? So you do this video in New York at Curious Joel. What kind of reception does it get?
The Americans are happy.
Dragon, the reason people announce their departure on here is because they want a friend. They want to feel like they have enough power or say so in the room to have some people go along with them. They want people to be like, okay, I'm leaving too. Let's all just leave. Hey, do you want to leave? Where Plug is talking about Burma. Do you want to leave it? They're I need a friend ass people. That's all they are, Dragon. They're desperate. Nobody in their real life cares about them, cares about what they think, man. So they just want to be like, hey, I'm the.
Thank you for calling this out. The locals who live in nearby communities, thank God someone has finally come here and spoken out.
Oh shit. Yor comes through supporting the channel via memberships. Yor just gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Yor, for supporting the channel. Everyone that just got a membership just got access to 300 past live streams plus some cool emojis, man. Be sure to tell Yor thank you for that gifted membership.
About this.
The locals have strong feelings about it.
They're perpetually grateful to me because no one has ever touched this because seemingly it's radioactive. If you have any political ambitions, they die overnight if you talk about this. This is a strong voting bloc. And on top of that, they're leveraging the generational guilt of the Holocaust. You're anti-Semitic if you oppose any of what they're doing. So I was a hero to the local communities that live nearby.
Just to be clear, the Holocaust was not committed by Americans. We were actually the people who ended it, I think.
You can't make this up, Tucker.
Right. No, but I just want, because history does get so distorted in real time. America did not commit the Holocaust.
Yeah, what does that have to do with me?
We lost many, many, many tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of Americans fighting against it. So actually, America is the hero in that story. So I don't know why any American would feel guilt about something that we gave the lives of our ancestors to stop. So that's just
I think that's a great point.
It is a weird thing.
It's a defense. It's a it's a mechanism that's almost reflexive for a lot of these people to throw out the anti-Semitism, and then the conversation's buried, right? So it's a shield to dissuade further.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it all the way honest with you, man. I'm from the South. So a lot of that shit, man, when it comes to these neo-Nazi groups and the KKK, man, a lot of that shit be, you know, an extension of Nazi Germany, and they don't like niggas either, man. I'm just gonna say it, man. They don't like niggas either, man. I don't know if y'all have seen that Jerry Springer episode where that guy went off, man, but that's the kind of shit I'm talking about, man. So I don't know.
Argumentation as to why I disagree with, let's say, a Jewish group, their actions.
Right.
And it's abused, obviously, and its weight seems to no longer
I'd
exist.
heard that it was abused. Yeah, I'd heard
I
that.
mean, I think so. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone had told me
But
that.
for me, to clarify, I'm an equal opportunity offender, so to speak, in that
I think you've demonstrated that.
yeah, I'll talk to any of these groups of people and have plenty of critical questions for all of them. Not just Jewish people. I didn't wake up one day and say, let's go piss off some Jews, right? It's just, this is a perfect example of an ethnic enclave that exploits the welfare system, and let's go check it out. Just like I would a Muslim group or a Christian group.
Just
right?
as you did.
Exactly, yeah.
So, okay, so you get big numbers. The audience likes it. The neighbors are grateful for it.
Yeah.
A bunch of Israelis say, hey, we love this because we've lived it. Yeah. Where does the criticism come from?
Republican demagoguery. I think some politicians, Republican politicians, the Republican Party at large is as opposed to it.
Really?
The left can get behind it. A lot of the right can get behind it, but also a lot of the right is disgusted by it. How dare he engage in anti-Semitism? The ADL says it harkens back to age-old anti-Semitic tropes. I don't even know what to say.
That's unbelievable. So how did
For me, it's just laughable. You know?
Did any of the people who praised your Somali
Absolutely.
exposés,
Yeah.
did they attack this?
Yes.
Same people?
Yes. Yeah, I would give names, but their names are probably...
See, I'm from Arkansas, Chad, so I've experienced racism a lot. But the difference is like in Arkansas, they know what come behind that shit. Like, and if they gonna do it, man, they might be drunk, they might be high, but they know what's gonna come behind that shit, Chad. Now you got some people that drive by and just yell it out their window. But some people, man, like at a bar or something, you run across one of those hooked up dudes, man. He might have had a line or two, man, a few shots of Jack Daniels, and he's feeling spicy. You might have his ex-girlfriend out there dancing to Shabuzi in the little juke joint, man. He might just try you.
Too irrelevant to invoke here at this table, but
you know of,
certainly hypocrisy.
You know of people who praised one video exposing parasitic behavior by an ethnic enclave, but attacked the same thing when it was another enclave.
For sure.
Okay. Well, that's
and you would think even secular Jewish communities would be like, hey, you know, thanks for pointing this out. We appreciate that, which some of them did, of course, but largely there is a tribal mentality of why are you attacking these poor innocent Jews who just want to mind their own business? That's great. Go mind your own business.
See, I don't think our black community is promoting the same narcissism. What I think is the black community, black Americans are promoting delineation. It's not necessarily narcissism. It can be. I'm not going to just say it's not. It can be. If certain people can let it be narcissism. But it's kind of like, hey, look, man. It is what it is, man. Y'all don't like us anyway, so it just is what it is, you know? Like, stop calling us Africans, you know? Like, when people say stop calling us African American, I don't have a problem with it. Like, shit, it makes sense. Never been to Africa. Nobody in my family's ever been to Africa. The grandpa didn't go to Africa. Great-grandpa didn't go to Africa. You know what I'm saying? Like let's be real here, man. And y'all don't identify with us. Same thing. Like, so that can be viewed as narcissism. I understand that argument. That can be viewed as narcissism, depending on perception and perspective.
Not on my dime, Tucker. I pay taxes.
Oh, I agree.
quit taking money out of my wallet. If you want to go live in the woods, do it. Work hard enough to buy your own property and go do it. I shouldn't have to subsidize your lifestyle. It's that simple.
I totally agree.
Beyond that, though, there's no beef, there's no frustration, there's no hatred. It's just
I think
matter of fact.
any honest person sees exactly the point you're making, and it's pretty hard to disagree with it.
Yeah. Any serious person.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you think this is okay, is it okay to have, I don't know, some Christian Nazi group or whatever?
Yeah, and to that point, right, so there's that all-white community that's trying to...
No, what I'm saying is, like I told y'all, I had this debate with an African the other day. It's the same situation. Same situation as in the Latino countries. Same situation in pretty much the European, everywhere in the fucking world, if you want to be real. We can go to the Asian countries. We can go wherever. Don't marry them niggas, man. That's what goes on, man. It's the same thing. Africans come over here, they tell their kids, man, hey, don't marry them niggas, man. Straight up, man. Asian community, don't marry them niggas, man. White community, hey, don't marry them niggas, man. The Latino community, hey, don't marry them niggas. It's the same thing. I'm just gonna be the one to say it, Chad. It is what it is, man.
Startup in the Arkansas, the Ozarks in Arkansas, they're going to get sued into oblivion.
Just for existing.
Just for violating the Fair Housing Act, right? For discriminating against non-whites. For those who don't know, it's a group in the Ozarks that's trying to build an all-white town.
Yeah.
That's illegal.
With tax money?
No, self-funded. So the beauty of Curious Joel to me was, we're essentially going to de facto violate the Fair Housing Act, de facto segregate ourselves from secular society with secular taxpayer dollars. And if you don't like it, you're anti-Semitic, fuck you. That was my takeaway.
What's happening?
And white people can't do it. And
yes, Carlos, and that's why I can speak on this, man. That's why I can speak on this situation, Carlos. Like, I'm not speaking just out my ass. Like, shit, I dealt with this shit in my own life. Certain parts of my children's family didn't agree with them being Afro-Latina. They did not agree with that. Not all the family. Now, some parts of the family loved, the kids just like their kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, they seen no difference in them. But certain parts of the family wasn't going for that shit and made it known they wasn't going for that shit. Straight up, yes.
yeah, I mean,
I think blacks tried to do it in downtown Philadelphia in the mid-'80s, and they got firebombed by the mayor.
Yeah.
Yeah, they literally got blown up with a bomb. Not that, look, whatever. I've never been.
What they call it, Carlos, is damaged goods. They gonna call you damaged goods, man. They gonna call you damaged goods, man.
For racial separatism, but I also believe in freedom of association and do whatever you want.
Conflict, right? I think actually you should be able to do that. I don't really take any problem with them segregating. That's fine. Why would you not want to live next to people that look like you, worship the same God, pray like you, raise their children the same way?
Yeah.
But why can they only do it? That's all.
Well, here's a pretty awful statistic. Over 85% of the so-called grass-fed beef sold in this country comes from other countries. It's not American. That's no good for our farmers. It's a tragedy for them. And that's why it matters to be intentional about where you buy your meat. That's why we buy our meat.
Man, Tucker getting an ad off in here, ain't he, Chad? He just got that ad all the way off.
Christians, pimps, prostitutes.
What's up, Derek? Man, we got the OGs coming back to the channel. What's up, Kiffy? What's up, Derek? Man, how y'all doing, man? I hope y'all been doing good. I hope y'all had a great week, man. We are the weekenders, man. We are the weekenders, chat. Y'all know how we get on the weekends, man. I'm gonna open up the panel tonight because it's Friday. But right now we hanging out. I am gonna open up the panel, man, if we can get in here and talk for a little minute in a little bit. But right now we rocking out, man.
Any group you can imagine, but this was the no-no, Tucker. This was the radioactive topic.
Wait, so you had an advertiser in the video.
Typically, they do not ask me for the topic of the video. For this video,
never. I've never been asked the topic of a video.
I generally have creative flexibility to place these sponsorships I get on whatever video I please.
Yeah.
But for this one, I put out a tweet saying, have you ever heard of Curious Joel? And I broke down some of the statistics regarding their welfare use. And I'm not going to name the company, but one of the
Donald, ain't no way you a OG, because this the first time I done seen you comment, Donald. I think you lying. We gonna put that shit to a poll, chat. Oh, who know Donald in here, man? Who know Donald? See, Donald, this how we get over here, man. You on the block right now. We at the barbecue. It get like that, Donald. We gonna check your credentials over here, Donald. Who know Donald? Raise your hand if you know Donald in here, man. I ain't never seen this guy, man. Who brought Donald, man? Donald, you been in the bushes watching? You been watching from the bushes, man?
The correspondents on behalf of that company saw it and wanted to clarify that it would not be about the Orthodox Jews. And then when I said, yeah, it is, they pulled out. So obviously they have the right to spend their money how they please. It's just funny. And it goes to show seemingly which groups you cannot talk about.
Well, I think that's pretty clear at this point.
See, Donald, see, you talking about you just kidding. Nah, you was lying. That's what we call that. You was lying. And we checked your temperature over here, Donald. It's cool, though. You can come around and get to know everybody. Take your shoes off, sit there and have a snack. Just don't come in here lying. See, we almost already got off on the wrong foot because you lied to me now. Now I got to have security watch you, man. Make sure Donald don't steal nothing, y'all. Security mods, watch Donald, man. Make sure he don't steal nothing. He already lying, man.
I have a lot of thoughts about that. The main one is I think it's counterproductive. Yeah. Obviously, it's not good for anyone in the end. But I also think it's a violation of like the core idea of America, which is,
and it leads to resentment, I think.
Big time
for a lot of people.
Big time,
and it sort of proves their points right. In the sense of you have special privileges. No, I don't. You can't talk about us. Shut up. Okay, so you do have special privileges.
Well, I agree.
Do you? No. So after that video, so many residents from New Jersey reached out to me and said, hey, we have this.
Yor comes through supporting the channel and says, security, keep your eyes on Donald. Thank you for supporting the channel via a super chat, Yor. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, we got to watch Donald, man. He came in here lying, chat. Nobody asked him to lie. That'd be the worst lie. Unprovoked lies, man. Just coming in here lying, man. Stepped in the club line. Smell like a lie.
Same thing going on here in Lakewood, New Jersey and surrounding towns. Please come here and take a look. So Lakewood, I think, is the most populous Jewish town besides
B-Money. What did I tell you about that shit, B-Money? I told you every time you come in here, B-Money, and you don't say what's up to my chat and what's up to me, I'm on your ass, B-Money. Now, B-Money, you know better, man. We done went through this shit like 4 times, B-Money. What's up? What's to you, man? Nah, I'm just bullshitting. What's up, B-Money? Welcome in.
Besides Brooklyn, New York, in the United States, massive Orthodox Jewish community, and many of the towns have been turned over, so to speak. Non-Jewish towns have become predominantly Jewish towns in the last 2 decades, from my understanding, in the early 2000s especially, and it has been perpetrated through pretty aggressive methods, so to speak.
Really?
Yeah. So we're talking about
what's
the
up,
consolidation
Angel?
of political dominance from the township
What's up,
board
White
to
Horse?
the planning board to the zoning board to the school board, and the heritage residents in these areas. Their argument is they've made it so uncomfortable for us that we've either left if we've had the means to leave financially, and those who are left behind send their kids to a dismantled, looted, and pillaged.
Chat, I hope y'all kind of know where we're at with this shit. Like, 2028 comes around. Pretty much if the Republicans win, they're gonna keep pushing this agenda, probably push really, really hard into this new agenda. If the Democrats come into power, it's gonna be just shit trying to put the pieces back together, going through repealing executive orders, putting shit to votes, and gonna be trying to just take everything back. But I believe no matter who's in power, they're still gonna try to take our privacy rights. That's just my thing. I think no matter who's in power, it's still gonna be mass surveillance on American citizens.
Public school system that's been destroyed inadvertently by the presence of these Orthodox Jews.
Well, how has it destroyed this school system?
So In New Jersey, the state funding formula for schools is a derivative of public school attendance, okay? So if I had 5,000 public school attendees, that would be multiplied by X to determine the amount of money my school gets. So what happens is when Orthodox Jewish communities come in, they overwhelm these school districts with...
You said is plug a bad thing. I don't know, Kara Stone. Chat, do y'all think I'm a bad thing, chat? Am I bad for YouTube, chat? Let's be honest, chat. Be honest, chat. Am I bad? Kara says is plug a bad thing, man. Am I bad, chat? Damn, that was kind of crazy, Kara.
Jewish students who go to yeshivas, right? They do not attend the public school system. Yet simultaneously, those schools have an obligation to fund private transportation, special education for these private schools. So what ends up happening is a large piece of the pie ends up getting allocated towards these private schools in the form of gender segregated.
Oh, you said no, the term, I didn't know what it meant. Oh, okay. Oh, is plug a bad thing? Oh, like the term plug. Shit, nah, hell nah. You a plug now. You in here. I want y'all to know. This is a community. Once you come up in here, man, and you take your shoes off and kick your feet up, you a plug too. We all plugs in here because we the ones that's going to start the conversation. We the ones that's going to break this shit down. We the ones that's going to have a debate. We the ones that's going to tell the people around us like, hey, this is what's going on. This is where I think it's going. How do you feel about that? We all plugs, man. You thought I was the only plug, man? I just started this shit. This shit bigger than me, chat. This shit bigger than me, man. We all plugs.
Busing and exorbitant costs for special education within the Jewish community.
Wait, the state pays for gender segregation?
Gender segregated busing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The state pays for that?
Correct. So that's state funded.
You can't even get states to have gender segregated bathrooms, but they're paying for gender segregated busing?
Sure. Because they argue it's a violation of their freedom to religiously express themselves. And yeah. So there's gender segregated busing at play.
What
here.
about Title IX? There's no federal law. Well, that's amazing.
Sure. Yeah, someone would argue it's a violation of the Establishment Clause.
I'm by the way, just in point of fact,
Yeah.
I'm okay with gender segregation. I don't have a problem with it at all. At all. In fact, I think it's good in some ways. But
yeah,
I just didn't know that the government could pay for it because I thought the official position of the government at every level was gender segregation is always bad, including in the John.
Yeah.
But no, it's okay when
I guess
the yeshivas do it.
Sure. Because they're...
You said they fired Cash Patel today. Cash Patel fired. No, the hell they didn't. Nah, they saying he's on the brink of being fired. Nah, he haven't been fired that I can see. I haven't seen that. They say he on the brink of being fired.
Religious organization.
Okay.
Which, different conversation, but religious freedoms in this country, I think, have gone too far or have been weaponized by bad actors.
Yeah, I mean, there seems to be less religious freedom for some people, but a lot more for others.
Yeah.
You said they arrested him for peeing in the bushes. Now, see, chat, I'm just going to be honest with you, man. I don't see a problem with him peeing in the bushes, man, especially if he went out of the way, tried to get away from people. I mean, hey, look, bro, like, you gotta go, man. And like he just whipped it out in the parking lot in front of everybody. I mean, damn, he tried to go to the bushes, man.
And this is not the only instance of this exact
What's
same
up,
behavior.
Maestro?
The blueprint was made in East Ramapo in Muncie, New York, not too far away. Basically, Orthodox...
I don't know, chat. Am I just country, man? Is there some country shit, chat? Like I tell you all the time, chat. I used to live like outside of I ain't gonna say a major city, but like the city. I used to live outside the city, right, chat? I had a pretty nice crib. I was on 23 acres with 2 ponds, right? I had a big back deck. I used to walk out on my back deck every morning, bro, and just piss off the deck, bro. Just look at nature, the outdoors, my pond and trees and shit, and just piss. And then I go back in the house. I will walk past the bathroom to piss off on my porch. Honestly, Chad, I would walk past the bathroom to piss off my porch.
Jews came into this community of mostly black and brown, working class, poor people, bought a bunch of real estate, established their presence, voted themselves into positions of power in the school board, the zoning board, the planning board, the city council. They voted to defund like after school activities for the kids in the public schools, to increase the amount of funding for these yeshivas. And then they would consolidate the public schools that existed as the funding basically went down and the public student enrollment went down as people left. They would consolidate them, meaning they would close down some of the public schools and they would then sell them off for a discounted price to these yeshivas. So
what happened with the 23 acres, Chad? This one I was hustling too. I was renting a crib from a guy. He was a older guy. And the rent was not expensive at all. But I was renting a house, and I'd ask him if he would do like rent to own. He was like, nah, he really wasn't interested. But he ended up having a heart attack. And when he had a heart attack, he ended up selling the property for like 125, 130 racks, like the house and the land, for like 125 racks cash. Because he had the heart attack. I didn't know he sold the house until my fucking landlord changed. I didn't know he sold the house to I didn't know he had a heart attack. I didn't know any of that until the landlord changed.
Well, the takeaway from nearby towns.
Wait, and so they actually took over the physical plant of the buildings?
They bought the schools at discounted rates. Yeah. Below market rates, arguably.
And they ended up using that land. Like they ended up putting like a bunch of boat storage. Like they ended up like the land right there, like all of that land now, the house is still there, but the house is unoccupied. The house hasn't been occupied since I moved out, but they used all of that land for boat storage. Like all of it is fucking boat storage now. A lot of that shit.
Damn.
It's brutal, right? So the lesson for nearby towns was, we don't really have any upside for these people to move in if the state funding formula is designed in such a way that the quality of our kids and their public education will go down, and they will elect themselves into political power and basically be aggressive and unreasonable neighbors to live by. So yeah.
It's an amazing story.
Yeah, it's interesting.
So you get calls from people saying that this is going on. What you covered in New York is happening. It's even bigger scale.
Not a call, just widespread social media feedback.
Yeah,
Like, hey, what you
thing,
saw here, there's tons of it and more here in Lakewood. Come down and visit.
So what's Lakewood like?
Lakewood is, some would describe it as Little Jerusalem, Israel 2.0. I've never been to Israel. The climate's fundamentally different. Obviously, that's a questionable comparison. But
New Jersey is the same size as Israel, weirdly.
Funnily enough.
But I bet you the landscape in Israel is more charming.
Probably so, right?
Yeah.
It's the Holy Land, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's New Jersey, first off. It's in Ocean County. The climate's much different, but it is densely populated with, I think, 2/3 of the population is Orthodox Jews. The driving's terrible. And they run the show down there.
And you went?
I went to Lakewood. I went to Muncie, New York. I went to the nearby town of Jackson Township. Where else did we go? We went all over. Like
what kind
4
of
separate
experience
trips.
did you have?
I was the boogeyman. A lot of these people had seen the video in Curious Joel, and they were afraid for me to come down to Lakewood, New Jersey. There were group chats where they would disseminate Yiddish posters basically saying, do not talk to anyone with a camera. Do not let anyone in our synagogues. Play Disney music so he gets a copyright claim on his videos. Like, I was the devil after that video in Curious Joel came out in other Orthodox Jewish communities. Because I also put out a tweet saying, I'm going to come down. Let me know if you have any tips. I'm coming, basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what happened when you got there? Did anyone talk to you?
Of course. Yeah. Despite them being told not to talk to me, a lot of Jewish people did come up to me, and their main point was the law is written in such a way that we deserve to receive these welfare benefits. We qualify legally, and therefore it's okay and good. And if you have a problem with that, go move to a different country. My position was...
Go move to a different country?
Sure. I mean, obviously not all of them thought that way. There were a few friendly encounters, but mostly it was pretty confrontational, unwelcoming. They were frustrated that I was there.
I can take it, therefore I'm justified in taking it?
Yeah, so beyond the ethics of whether or not it was a good or bad thing to do, their justification was if the law is written in such a way, we are justified in doing it. The law was somehow supreme over what I would argue to be morals or ethics that...
But that makes sense because, like I said, the Torah is a book of debates, and they study the Old Testament and a lot of their teachings like law. They study it like law. That's why it's a lot of them are lawyers or deal with, paperwork and those sorts of things. So that would make sense.
In my opinion, this is a bad thing to exploit or take advantage of if that's what you're doing. But for them, it's not coincidental. It's by design. It's systemic exploitation of a system they're fully aware of, all of its loopholes. They understand the law in such a way that allows them to exploit it in every degree.
I mean, I think what you're seeing is a clash of worldviews.
I think so.
So I understand both, by the way. I understand both.
Yeah.
But one is a legalistic worldview. This is the law, and we're within the bounds of the law, which is, I think, totally defensible. And the other is, well, there's a higher law having to do with your ethics,
honor,
and a greater
shame, decency.
Yes, and you see this repeatedly in the New Testament when Jesus heals on the Sabbath.
Yeah,
they're all famous scenes, but there's a particularly memorable scene where he heals a guy who's been crippled for 38 years at the pool of Bethsaida, and the guy gets up and picks up his mat and starts walking, and the Pharisees are just on him. The guy hasn't walked in 38 years, and they're like, you're holding your mat on the Sabbath. This is against the law.
Sure.
And Jesus is like, no, you're missing the point.
Yeah.
He can walk after 38 years. Like, there's a higher calling here.
Sure.
And so I'm not attacking anybody.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I think you're kind of seeing that in
law versus ethics, morality. Almost,
I think that's right.
In my opinion, the way I view what welfare was designed for, which was to help indigents, poverty, single mom with some kids they can't afford to pay for groceries.
Or even more broadly, there are things that we're allowed to do that we don't do because we restrain ourselves.
I agree.
I can scream the F word at a grandmother. There's no law against it, but I don't because that's disgusting, right?
Yep, I think so.
You could probably get on welfare right now.
Oh, I'm sure a lot of people could and don't due to this concept of shame, which is seemingly not universal, right?
Yes.
We let all of these groups of people from all over the world, including Jewish people, right? Including, sub-Saharan Africans, whoever it may be, into the United States, because apparently we have this obligation of being a melting pot, whatever that means, however new that concept is. And we're surprised when we learn that we have different worldviews, different values, different gods, different interpretations of reality that guide our actions. Thus the divide, because the heritage residents in a city like Lakewood are saying, yeah, we know you can legally qualify, but we're tired of paying for your shit. Please stop. And they're saying, the law says I can, therefore I will. And anti-Semitism.
If you don't like it, leave.
Therefore leave.
You leave your country.
Yes. Despite their whole lifestyle being contingent on being subsidized by the welfare that is paid for by secular tax dollars, is my position. So you can't be mad at the person that funds your entire way of life. I think that's disingenuous, and that's a little ungrateful.
It's the definition of it.
Yeah.
Do local politicians, do they weigh in on this?
They didn't weigh in on it directly when I put my video out.
You said we don't have a different God than Jews. We for sure have a different savior, a different Messiah.
But all local politicians cave to these guys. The voting block is too immensely valuable for anyone to shut this down, to cap the amount of benefits that they receive to 2 kids or 3 kids. No one wants to take away their gravy train because they want the votes. So the votes in exchange for them to be able to live the life however they want to please, to teach their kids however they want, to exhaust the welfare system however they please, and to not prosecute seemingly any wrongdoers. So yeah.
So this video comes out. Did you have any, I should ask, did you have any like hostile exchanges? Did you call
Yeah, oh, for sure. I mean, I want to emphasize that I had no fear of being physically harmed in these communities. I got to throw a bone their way. Unlike Minneapolis, I did fear the Somali
Yusuf said he hasn't gotten a dime from the government since 1993.
communities, attacking me or shooting me.
For sure.
That's a real fear. Showing up to Curious Joel or Lakewood, that's not a real fear. There's no fear of physical harm, in my opinion. I walk without security there. That's not a real concern.
Whereas you felt threatened in the Somali neighborhood.
Sure, yeah. I mean, or some of these crime-ridden, predominantly black cities, and let's say Jackson, Mississippi, or Kensington, Philadelphia.
Yeah,
I might fear I might get shot. That's not a concern here. So I'm not physically fearful. But we were in.
Yeah, I'm not here to get into a religious debate with y'all tonight. I mean, I'll open up the panel in a minute. Y'all can do whatever, We'll have an open panel tonight because I'm going to delete this live after anyway. But what I will say is, yeah, I don't care what religion you are, but there are differences. We just not going to sit here and act like there aren't differences. And I think y'all are talking about Jesus and the Father and the Holy Spirit. It's divinity. A lot of people miss the divinity part, but that's just my take on it.
Intimidated by the local police and, most interestingly, their own internal police. They have this thing called Shamrim. It's a volunteer community patrol, but they de facto function is law enforcement within the community. So we had this Shamrim volunteer police equivalent basically show up to us and say, I'm going to let everyone know that they don't have to answer your questions and we're going to follow you. So keep in mind that these people drive cars with red and blue lights. They look like undercover police vehicles. How is that legal? I don't think it is, Tucker, but they do it. I'm not a lawyer, of course, but they're blasting through red lights with what appear to be undercover police cars. And this is a volunteer civilian patrol squad. Now, keep in mind, they receive some element of federal funds, township funds. So my tax dollars still.
Did y'all see that golden statue of Trump they rolled out at, I think, what was it, his Doral golf course? Did y'all see that golden statue of Trump they rolled out? I was wondering where was it at, but they said it was at his golf course. That motherfucker was big, too. It's a big-ass gold statue.
Somehow end up funding Shamrim, a volunteer police squad in New Jersey. How is that even possible?
The religious police.
Exactly. Essentially.
Like in Saudi Arabia or Iran.
So imagine if a Muslim group did that.
I'd be opposed. Outraged from me, too.
Sure.
Yeah.
And technically, they're a volunteer.
Yeah, Chad, I'm not going to lie. I got some extra crispy chicken wings in there, man, from the little chicken spot, man. I'm not going to lie, Chad. I might have to go get them. I pulled through and was like, hey, look, I need it fried hard, bro. I need it fried hard. Put a little hot sauce in that bag, man. Red beans and rice and some fries, man. Straight up, Chad. Straight up, man. And
civilian patrol squad, but they function as an intimidating force to stop you from doing things, to sort of enforce the law. And oftentimes they've been accused of breaching what they can actually do legally, whether it be like, I think they beat some gay black guy to blindness once in like Crown Heights. There have been several instances of people basically saying, yo, they're not cops. Why are they acting like cops?
They ran over a kid in Crown Heights in the 80s and caused one of the biggest riots in New York.
Oh, is this
the Crown Heights riots? Yeah.
Where Hot Sola, their EMS, their volunteer EMS, they didn't take the kid, but they took the Jewish guy, right?
That's
and the
correct.
kid died?
That's correct. Well, that was the claim. I mean, I wasn't there. And
yeah.
No, I wasn't.
I wasn't there either.
It's New York. And you never know. And everyone lies about everything. And ethnic conflict is incredibly hard to decipher. What, because as soon as it gets tribal, everyone lies on behalf of the tribe, whatever the tribe. It's not just the Orthodox, it's the black people. Any tribe does this. So I don't really know what happened, of course. But
yeah, I don't know.
That was.
So a large portion of our independence was from this website where we had people subscribe to our Patreon. It's just a website that allows you to collect money on a subscription or routine basis. Less than 24 hours after releasing this video, my Patreon is deleted, gone, without warning.
Why?
They cited some BS. They basically, the way the terms of service is written is in such a manner that they can take you down.
But that's your business.
That's my business, right? Obviously, it's their business. It is what it is. I was naive.
But this is the engine of your business, right?
Yeah, a large part of how we're funded.
I
mean, it's really just a middleman that allows me to collect money.
Was it a mistake?
No, absolutely not.
They didn't
I've not been
reinstate it?
reinstated since.
Did they ever explain?
No, they cited, I think it was for bullying or something like that.
Bullying.
Yeah. And I think they might have selected a video that they could easily argue was the case in their eyes in such a way that their terms of service is written. But no, we were deplatformed basically overnight from Patreon.
But you'd done controversial videos that could be seen as controversial before, correct?
We've done videos that could easily be seen. If that is your parameter for hate or bullying, then we've bullied everyone.
Give me an example.
We're the biggest bullies. We've critiqued corrupt mega pastors like Benny Hinn. I ran up on the guy's stage and said he's a snake oil salesman. I got tackled.
Wow.
We've dissected
Benny Hinn.
He
was a friend of Paula White.
I'm not gonna lie, Chad. Benny Hinn went platinum in the hood, didn't he? Hey, man, that's one thing for sure. Two things for certain, man. Hey, the black families loved Benny Hinn growing up, bro. Benny Hinn was in the crib.
I think.
Okay.
Paula White,
he's
head
OG.
Christian Zionist in the administration. Yeah. Wow. You didn't get pulled off.
No.
So you actually kind of hassled Benny Hinn, like full blown.
Yeah, we interrupted his service.
Whoa.
I jumped on stage.
Did you do anything like that in a synagogue in Lakewood or Curious
We just walked in the synagogues and talked.
You didn't interrupt the cantor
no,
or anything?
No, I didn't do any dramatic.
So you're way tougher on the Christian preacher than you were on the Orthodox.
Yeah, if you think of it like that way, not by design necessarily, but to be fair, absolutely. Nothing happened.
No problem.
No problem.
Oh. What else? What other kind of videos might have been read as bullying?
If I'm a bully, then we've bullied pedophiles. Pat myself on.
Yeah, if y'all want to debate, mods, drop the Discord. I'm going to put the Discord on the community tab wall. It should be on the community tab. And I'm going to open up the panel in about 15 minutes. About 15 minutes, I'm going to open up the panel. Y'all can come in, debate, do your thing, and shit. Or you can just come in and hang out with Plug. Be sure to join the Discord, man.
On the back for that one. It's not so much bullying. We've just critiqued and asked critical questions to every group.
Yeah. And never
Muslims, Christians, pimps, prostitutes, criminal gangsters, murderers, whoever, Tucker, everyone.
And did Patreon ever
black supremacists, white supremacists? No issue on Patreon.
What's interesting is it used to be not that long ago, back in George Floyd times, that
George Floyd, we had a video on George Floyd.
Oh, did you? Literally?
Yeah.
But there was a period where you couldn't say anything about Black Lives Matter, for example.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I grew up in those times.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's gone, apparently. It doesn't matter.
I guess
say whatever you want. Yeah. This is the new BLM.
This is the new meta, yeah. The new untouchable group is seemingly, it seems to be Jews at large, unrelated to how they feel about Israel and what's going on in the Middle East, and just that's an untouchable group. Are you familiar with the proposed anti-Semitism protection laws in Florida? I'm not a lawyer. I don't have an encyclopedic breakdown of what it is, but basically laws that are designed in such a manner that if you criticize basically exactly what I found in Curious Joel, that would be criminal.
Criminal?
I think so. That if you accuse a Jewish person of having dual loyalty or them causing problems in the Middle East or whatever it is, there's like 12 different bullet points that's amend your ability to freely discuss what's going on in the Middle East or here in the United States of America. Which is funny to me because there are, in fact, people who do have dual loyalty.
Over that. I mean, you're not allowed to tell Americans what they have to believe, period.
I think so.
And if you back up your demand with guns using our government to prevent us from saying what we think is true, then that's grounds for.
I would agree, but who's going to do
for a
anything
revolution?
about it?
We had a revolution over something smaller than that, So
Yeah, but who's going to go out with guns and fight back at this point? You have the surveillance.
Honestly, I made this channel. I've been on the internet a long time, chat. But when I got situated, like I couldn't do music anymore. I just couldn't move the same, do what I was doing. So my friend, a lot of y'all know him, Money, he was already doing, like, he was on the internet. He had like a Facebook page that was booming, had like 50, 60, 70,000 followers. And he had started his YouTube channel, and he had like 5K on his YouTube, some shit like that. Then I have another friend, he's Twitch famous. He plays 2K and Fortnite on Twitch, and he's Twitch famous. So that kind of eased me into the game.
State, you're going to get arrested immediately. Like, is revolution really?
If they can make
feasible?
people take the vax, then probably they can make them do anything.
We failed the compliance test.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
No, it's right. It's just that you would think that people would hold on to their core freedom, which is the right to say what you think is true, period.
You would think a lot of things, Tucker.
No, I know. So Patreon, that's crazy. So you lost an advertiser and
overnight, and that money, the amount of money that was allocated for me to receive, I think on a monthly basis, just disappeared, refunded to my supporters.
Seriously?
Yeah, but luckily, we're big enough to where we took it like a champ. It is what it is. Fuck them, basically.
Yeah.
We made our own website. We fully host that. And then
Thanks, Fearless.
I got banned from the website servers, not once, but twice.
What?
Yeah, I couldn't host my website for, what was it, hate speech or something along those lines.
Seriously?
Seriously,
because of those videos?
I guess. I mean, there's no specification as to which video, just generally. I'm a propagator of hate speech.
The web host. That's just
the web host.
Yeah, Chad, did y'all see they banned Sneeko from Australia for anti-Semitism and hate speech? Like, Sneeko can never return to Australia. It's crazy.
Whoever owns the servers.
Exactly, just the servers. So Hertzner and Volter took me off. Yeah.
That's
crazy,
wild.
right? It's just something you never would have thought of.
Did you think of it ahead of time?
No, absolutely not. That's why I made the website in the first place. I was like, I'll just make my own. And then we got taken off the hosting. Yeah.
Did they explain it?
Yeah, they cited like banning circumvention as basically I circumvented a previous ban from another platform, which in this case would be Patreon, I guess. And then for hate speech or something along those lines.
How long did this take to happen?
I think maybe it lasted a week for the first one, maybe a week again, maybe a week and a half.
So immediately, Patreon.
Pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Oh, Patreon within 24 hours from what I remember. And then about a week on one website and then about another week. 1 week on one website server and then another week.
And there's no appeal or argument or anything.
No, we're kicking you off. You're out of here, buddy.
Did you ever hear from them again? Did they reinstate you? Anybody?
No, reinstated by none. It's a joke. Yeah.
So what did you do?
I mean, I have a new web host server right now, but
are you worried about YouTube?
I feel as if YouTube's doing an okay job at
actually
moderating, right? They're letting us have this conversation.
Yes.
Those videos have 9 million views almost. To me, that's I got to give them kudos.
They let I spent many years attacking YouTube, and maybe I will again.
Yeah.
But I got fired almost exactly 3 years ago, and YouTube has been a stalwart partner.
Yeah.
I never thought I would say that. I wouldn't lie about it. It's not like I don't owe them money.
Sure.
I could exist without them, but I just have to be, I think you're in the same position.
I would say largely I could not exist without them, but they've treated.
Not a lot of people could say they would exist without YouTube. But Tucker is one of those people, because you got to remember, when he interviewed Putin, Elon was retweeting the hell out of him. Tucker has like 18 million Twitter followers, bro. Like, he has like 5 or 6 million on YouTube, but hit on Twitter, bro. Let me see how many followers Tucker Carlson has. 17.6 million followers. So yeah, he could definitely survive.
Me with fairness. So
That's kind of shocking.
It is. I know.
If you get to the point where you're sitting here complimenting Google for their
know.
commitment to free speech, things are
Things are getting bad, right?
No,
I
but we
fully
should
agree.
be grateful for our blessings.
Yeah.
And so far, YouTube has been a blessing. I can't believe I'm saying that.
I know.
It's just
Times
a fact.
are changing.
It's just a fact. I don't know what to
Yeah.
say. I feel like a sellout, but it's just true. So, wow. So we didn't, in the end, you replaced the income? How?
Yes. Yeah.
How do you do that?
People will just rally behind the cause of why would you not allow this guy to have an account on-
I couldn't.
Yeah.
I feel like sending you money just listening to this. But I mean,
Yeah.
how do you do that? So Patreon is the dominant service for this, correct?
I used AI to code a new website, and then we hosted it on a web host server.
You just made your own?
Just made my own, yeah. Like the next day at like 2 a.m, I was just clacking away on.
No way.
I swear, yeah, that's the story.
You built your own
I don't think
Patreon?
it's the prettiest website, Tucker, but yeah, we built a Patreon clone, basically, yeah.
In 24 hours?
No, maybe a couple days. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
and it
shout
actually
out AI,
works?
I guess for that much at least. Yeah, it works. Yeah.
Like process.
Surprisingly, it's not that sophisticated to host a video. Like,
no, I guess that's right.
yeah, right. It's not a complicated product.
So you have survived.
We've survived and thrived. Yeah.
What are the lessons you're drawing from this?
Seemingly there are a lot of powerful Jewish people who own significant media enterprises, websites that seem to bend the knee, at least to what they view to be anti-Semitic dialogue.
What's interesting, though, is I don't know a lot about it. I'll just be totally blunt.
Yeah.
I've always liked the Orthodox just on principle and I loved them during COVID because they wouldn't stop their weddings.
Yeah, they threw a middle finger.
I love that. I was constantly,
Yeah,
from
yeah.
my heart, complimenting the...
I think they're great if they did it on their own dime.
I
That's really what it
totally
comes
agree.
back
I
to.
didn't even know
I
about
think they're,
any
I
of
mean,
this
they're nice
stuff.
people. If
What's
I
up,
wasn't there with the
Stacey?
camera asking critical questions, they're nice enough
But
people
what's
to me, yeah.
interesting is every time I've ever complimented the Orthodox, and I like their style, I like the
Yeah,
beaver
the
hats and
stroimels
all
are
that.
cool,
I
yeah.
like all that
Yeah.
stuff. And
The garb is badass.
the
yeah.
people who've pushed back against me are secular Jews. Like there's always been in Israel, as noted, there's
Well,
terrible tension, but
yeah.
here also, I've had a lot of friends who are basically secular Jewish express real hostility toward the Orthodox.
In what respect?
You know, they don't like them. I mean, I've just noticed that my whole life, just having a lot of
Interesting.
secular Jewish friends. Whenever I'm like, I was in Borough Park, Brooklyn once.
Okay.
And I came for a story and years ago, 30 years, and I came back to my newsroom and I was like, I like those guys. And they were all the people I know who are secular Jews
allowed
who
to
were
say
like,
that.
they're disgusting. They're horrible. Like there was tension between those
Interesting,
two
yeah.
groups. That's what I've always noticed. I'm hardly an expert. I'm an Episcopalian, but
Sure.
I've seen this.
Yeah, what
So
was fascinating
It's kind
to
of
me
weird that
is that despite their internal differences, they do show up for each other, it seems like.
apparently.
I think so, because I had a lot of secular Jews frustrated and pissed off that we put on
Really?
these videos. Yeah. The Israelis kind of loved it, though, it seems like.
Right, of course.
They're like, thank you for calling this out. We have the same thing here in Israel. They
Well-
won't enlist. Yeah.
Whatever you think about the Israelis,
Yeah.
I've known a bunch of them I liked personally, but they have fewer hangups about this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That they're much more
It's one thing they get
direct.
behind. Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're straightforward people. So what is this going to change how you progress?
Hell no. No, I mean, this was the most radioactive thing we could have done. At this point, no bars held. I mean, we'll continue to critically show up with the same critical lens we would any other group, right?
Did it affect any friendships?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's good, right?
That's a true loss. Yeah, if that happens to you, that's a real.
That would be sad, but ultimately, I would see that as their loss because, come on, we're on a mission here to hold everyone accountable to the same standards and
To the
if
same
that's
standards.
That's
Exactly
the thing that
right.
breaks our friendship. Then, come on, get out of here.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Do you worry that if this can happen to you? I didn't realize this stuff was still happening.
Yeah.
I thought Trump
No, it's
was going
funny,
to fix
right?
all this stuff. I thought this
yeah.
was like a relic of the Biden years, but
For sure. I'll give you an example. There was a guy who made a similar video, almost a brand new channel, maybe like 2,000 subscribers on YouTube, a very small channel in YouTube metrics. He put out a video there in Lakewood about a week or two before I think we finished ours, and he got dogpiled by the Orthodox Jewish community. They mass disliked it and ultimately algorithmically killed the video. They aborted the video before its inception, so to speak. It never got to take off. So my takeaway was, if we were not the size we were on YouTube, I don't think we could comfortably even talk about a lot of these things. We have the track record for treating everyone equally, in my opinion. We have the size to sort of bully this into conversation was my takeaway.
Interesting.
Yeah.
For people who don't know what you mean about dogpiling a video out of existence, can you just explain the mechanics?
Yeah, I mean, this is somewhat speculative on my end, but I think there's data out there that suggests that when a video from the get-go is mass disliked, for instance, if you had 10,000 people click this video, dislike it, and watch it for 1 second, the algorithm would disincentivize the proliferation of this video to new viewers. So you have a guy with 100 subscribers who puts out a video critical of a group like, let's say, the Orthodox Jews, and it gets 10,000 dislikes, and they watch it for 5 seconds and leave a negative comment. YouTube's going to see that as this video does not resonate with the initial sample size, and we will not continue to share this video. So his video will never get any traction because of that initial abortion of the video, so to speak.
But you've reached a scale where that doesn't
matter.
Work anymore.
Yeah.
Has it hurt your business?
Yes. I think so.
Yeah.
Sponsors won't touch topics like that. We've had sponsors even asked to pull out sponsorships from videos we.
That's crazy, chat. All right, I'm finna jump in the Discord chat if y'all want to meet me over there. Anybody want to meet me in the Discord? I seen a couple of y'all wanted to debate each other. Y'all can jump in the Discord and debate it. Mods, drop the Discord. The link should be on my wall as well. Am I frozen? Damn. All right, let me jump in here. All right, I'm in the Discord chat. Oh, shit. Chat. It's too strong in here with me. Good night, Fearless. Damn, chat. Who is that? It's too strong in here with me. Good night, Fearless. Who is that? Dragon and who is that trying to debate? Dragon and somebody. Was him? Dragon and was him. What's up, Sir Bob?
Hello.
How you feeling about the situation, man? How you feeling about the situation, man? The alien files.
Okay, I think what the Alien Files is going to be is what's going on right now is most likely some type of distraction or proof that, look, Big E was actually just an alien all along. This has to be some type of bigger conspiracy behind, yes, the little green goblins are actually real.
Okay, do you think they real?
Okay, so I don't think there's a such thing as aliens. I think that there's a more intelligent species out there. Now, do I think they're little tiny green men? No, but I don't know what they really are. I think there's something else out there, though. There can't really just be us. There has to be another intelligent species out there.
Okay. No, that's a good take. I do believe it's something going on. When it comes to the alien files, they do say 3 to 4 foot little green men. A lot of people are talking about they got the biblically correct angels. A lot of people are saying that it really wasn't a space suit. It was an underwater suit. I don't know, man.
Yeah, like the only reason why I go to I don't think there's little green men, I think there's other like intelligent species, is like what happened to the Egyptians? They like just disappeared. And then also you look at Greek mythology and they're talking about the Atlanteans. The Atlanteans sound like, yeah.
The Egyptians were usurped, man. The Egyptians were usurped. Other areas moved in and different things happened to the original Egyptians.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like what they have like put on the walls, like all their inscriptions. They have some really unique emojicons about what they're describing. Then you look at the Atlanteans, and the Atlanteans had some very uh high-tech technology, and then they just go inside the ocean and we can't find their city or any kind of remnants of them. A little strange.
Did you see about what they said they had that girl that they picked up and interviewed, and she had cat ears and a tail, and they dropped her off like 3 miles away from the base or whatever? They said
No, I
she,
didn't see.
they said she was here to study. Here, I have it right here. I'll pull it up.
All right.
Hold on. Where? All right, so here it is. It's in the CIA. I mean, in the declassified documents. It's from the Department of War. Unidentified humanoid designation N7, non-humanoid biological entity. Date of encounter January 12th, 1994. Time of encounter 2317. Nevada test and training range. This was at the Nevada. That was the location of the encounter. Nevada test and training range. Reporting unit. U.S. Army 2nd Reconnaissance Unit. Task Force Lancer. They got the sergeant and the corporal's names blacked out. Top secret eyes only. Special access required. The summary: on January 12th, 1994, at approximately 2317 hours, a non-terrestrial humanoid entity was encountered by the U.S. Army patrol during a routine parameter sweep in the Nevada test training range. The entity appears to be a bipedal female form humanoid. This is really blurry. Let me zoom in here. It's really blurry. Communicated in English and displayed non-hostile behavior. The entity was temporarily detained, medically examined, and later released at approximately 0430 hours on January 13th, 1994. While on patrol, a unit observed a faint silhouette behind a rocky outcrop and appeared unarmed. Initial impressions suggested a human female, but closer observation revealed non-human characteristics. The entity spoke first, stating, "Please do not be afraid. I mean you no harm." The entity identified herself as N-7 and stated she was not from your world. Further conversation was conducted. Subject description: designation N7, apparent gender female, estimated age 20 to 25 Earth years, height 5 feet 4 inches, weight 108 pounds, eyes gray silver, hair silver blonde, distinctive features: female, feline ear appendages, feline caudal appendages, enhanced agility and balance, no observable body hair, no signs of disease or injury, body temperature slightly below human average, no internal reproductive organs detected via ultrasound, skeletal structure similar to human but denser, blood analysis inconclusive, unknown biochemistry, DNA does not match any known terrestrial species, entity speaks English fluently, voice calm and measured, claims to understand many of your languages, communicates telepathically at low levels, emotional impressions only. At 0430 hours, January 13th, 1994, subject N7 was released at a location approximately 3 kilometers north of the encounter site. Entity departed on foot and into the desert and was not followed per orders. Recommendation: continue monitor of encounter site, increase surveillance for further activity, maintain strict confidentiality. Unauthorized disclosure may cause public panic in an international incident. And that's the report.
And that sounds interesting. I mean, if there's like no real like DNA that could be traced back to anything on Earth, kind of interesting, especially if it has cat ears. Yeah, that doesn't really sound like anything from here. But also, if we learned anything from the Big E files, they tend to make some stuff up. Who knows if this isn't just thrown in there for a gotcha moment? But who knows?
Facts. Man, it's like, are they trying to prove that the furries are real? Like, is this what's going on? Like, are the furries the actual thing?
Yeah, it's like, oh, don't worry, they're not just people dressed up in costumes. They're actually a subspecies.
Right. And the furries was a cover up.
Yeah, it's just so the furries were launched in 2016 to normalize us for what they're doing now. It's like actually they're a subspecies and they come from this meteorite.
Crazy.
Yeah. And then, like I also wonder like the
Max
hantavirus.
is stupid, bro. Max funny as hell, bro. Max said only white folks seen them aliens, man.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah,
Like
I
it's
don't think black people too fond of being pro, man. I don't think that the aliens would have had a decent experience trying to probe some black folks, man.
no, and you should have heard Tomcat last night about the probing situation. Yeah, but
Like, wouldn't
I
it
wonder
make
what.
sense, like, if the aliens was gonna abduct a nigga to be like Michael Jordan or somebody, or like Michael Jackson? Like, wouldn't you think they'd abduct like somebody worth, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody doing something.
Yeah, like something like look, we got Michael Jackson, but we also have to remember apparently these aliens have mind erasing technology, like the Men in Black. So maybe they just erase the black people's memories and only leave the white people to have memories. I don't know.
Man, what kind of sci-fi shit you on? Now you on niggas not to remember nothing. That's crazy, Sir Bob. No, I'm just playing. So you saying that maybe the black people get taken up and they just have no memory of the experience.
Yeah, maybe the aliens are a little too racist. Who knows?
They said they was peaceful people, man. They said the aliens was peaceful.
Yeah, then maybe they just only have a weird affinity for white people. We gotta investigate these aliens.
The white folks don't really be peaceful all the time.
No, I mean like look at the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire just didn't give a crap. We just took everything over and then failed.
I don't know, man. I don't know about these alien files. All right, what do y'all feel about this too? They had a damn, how do I get out of it? All right, this is what else they had in there. This was on page 42. I'll pull it up. This is on page 42 of the alien files. And I don't think it had any explanation with it. It was just this picture. And a lot of people are saying that that's the biblically accurate angel. And they're trying to say that this is what they were seeing. I think that's what they're trying to be here, man. Do y'all see that? Sir Bob, can you see it?
Yeah, I'm on fine. I just have to mute my mic and go over to the live stream, but I see it. It looks like an eye, kinda. A little weird.
Yeah, they had that in the alien files. They got a name for it too.
Yeah, probably like the Galaxy Destroyer. But like I have heard something about the aliens actually not being just extraterrestrial beings. I've actually heard a theory about them actually being uh, demons or hellspawn or like fallen angels. There's some weird stuff when you start getting into what aliens might actually be, and then fall down the Alex Jones rabbit hole of this is actually what aliens are. A little strange.
Oh no, man. Let me see what they're saying about it. No, I'm just bullshitting with y'all, man. What if that was real though? They say it's fake, man. What if it was real though?
I mean, if that thing came down to Earth, I don't know how we would like perceive that. That would like we might actually have to initiate MAD, mutual assured destruction.
hmm What
Yeah, it's like
about
don't care.
How do you feel about
Yep.
Alex Jones? We covered him earlier. You know his show is over with.
Patient agents.
He's out doing his own thing by himself now.
Yeah, like so I like Alex Jones. So his network has been bought up by Bigley, the new one, not the Infowars network. His new network, the Alex Jones Live Network. But he's still doing his thing. But like I don't know, it's just quite interesting. It's amazing how much Alex Jones has actually predicted and how much of it has actually came true.
hmm I don't know, man. We'll see. I mean, he has his Twitter presence, so I think he'll use that as a catalyst. Him being banned on YouTube is hurting him right now more than ever that he lost Infowars.
Yeah, well, like on X, like I noticed, like when he was doing his Infowars thing, when he was still on Infowars, he had like around 100,000 concurrent viewers, and then when Infowars got taken over by the Onion unofficially, he moved over to the Alex Jones network. His viewers went from 100,000 concurrent to upwards of 170 and sometimes 200,000 on X, and then he started a Rumble account as well. The dude's branching out everywhere. He just can't go on YouTube, and I think he's banned off of Facebook too
hmm
and Instagram.
And that's the thing, like these other platforms, he has to bring the audience there. YouTube has the audience.
Yeah, and also like if you could like YouTube Shorts, if you could like break up like news segments or like headlines into YouTube Shorts, he could really blow the Alex Jones network up because no one has attention spans anymore. No one's gonna sit down for a 2 hour Alex Jones breakdown or a Harrison Smith war room. No one just can do that anymore for some reason.
hmm
So like definitely like being banned off of YouTube and Facebook and Instagram is for sure hurting the brand. But what I've seen on X and Rumble, and I believe Kick, if it's the official channel, he's doing fine, but he definitely could be bigger.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, YouTube has to be the foundation, chat, the backbone. Most of these creators who get away from YouTube being their backbone end up going through trials and tribulations that they wouldn't have to go through if YouTube was still in the fold. Like whenever all of these platforms was giving out those exclusive deals, like only stream over here, Facebook was giving them out, Twitch, a lot of platforms were giving out deals to only stream there, and people never recovered. Like all of those people that left and went to Facebook, like they never recovered.
Well, also X doesn't pay anything. X like I think it's the lowest paying platform for creators. YouTube by far is the highest paying platform for creators for sure. I forget, like I think X pays like 6 cents per 500,000 views.
Nah, I think they pay. I know they said they were paying a lot for articles.
Oh yeah.
They say X pays a lot for articles. At one point in time, Elon was saying that they were having the highest payout on X for its content. I guess they went
Oh,
away.
speaking of Elon, did you hear? I cannot find any confirmed resources from Elon himself, but there is a story going around today that Elon is willing to pay for anyone's legal fees if they come after the big E files and they start talking about it.
I haven't heard that. Elon gonna leave a motherfucker hanging.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like, yeah, there's no way he's gonna pay that much. They're gonna sink him.
Yeah, Elon gonna leave a motherfucker hanging.
No, they're gonna get a single car accident.
Mm-hmm. Damn, chat. Oh shit, man. Nobody else is gonna join up, man. Well, I guess, sir, Bob, we finna wrap this up, man. I'm finna go to sleep, man.
All right, it was nice talking to you, Plug.
Man, it was nice talking to you as well, man. I appreciate everybody for pulling up, rocking with us tonight, man. Be sure to double tap the screen on your way out. Thank you for 47,930 subscribers, man. We'll be back tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Central Time. Join the Discord chat. We gotta grow the Discord. And people that's in the Discord, if you know somebody, just shit, invite them to the Discord, man. We trying to get the Discord to 500 members. We have to get the Discord to 500 members. Double tap the screen. Good night, chat. I'll see y'all on the next one.